please rise. Please be seated.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to chapel. We're going to do a bit of an awards and recognition chapel today. Obviously, in the spring and towards the end of last year, there were many of you who received an award or some form of recognition for an achievement, but because we couldn't come back to school, we couldn't actually receive it. So today there'll be an opportunity to go and collect those pins, go and collect those awards. And we'd just like to take a moment to recognize and honor those of you who won awards. You'll notice at the front we have a slightly different look and a different feel, because we've got our sort of a chapel choir that Miss Hanson's put together. So thanks so much for those students who are going to provide a bit of gusto. Mr. Robertson's been trying to sort of blow me away with his vocals up at the front here, but now we've really got some quality up the front. Also, we're going to touch on service. We have a couple of students who are coming up to speak about service, because tomorrow afternoon we've got a service day, and I think it's really shaping up well. It's going to be an on-campus series of different activities and tasks. So some of you probably more excited than others, but a good chance to get outside and to contribute to the community, contribute to the campus. We will start by singing the school song. So that's number 2 in your hymnals. The school song. Please stand.
Sit down, please. Good morning, all. So we are talking about rewards and recognition this morning, and so we should be. But I want to add another little element to it, because life is not just about winning and losing, although there is a lot of winning and losing in life. We have to be honest, and you should be recognizing extra special performances or efforts or approaches and all of that thing. That's part of a natural way to do things. But I want to focus a little bit about the nobility, as I call it, of hard work. The hard work and the effort that goes into getting the award. I talked the other day about Malcolm Gladwell, and if you haven't read any Malcolm Gladwell books, you probably will enjoy them at some point. And one of the things he talks about is 10,000 hours to achieve world-class mastery in anything, it takes about 10,000 hours. Now, various people have since taken issue with that, but broad brush, his point is that these star performers, there's an awful lot of work has gone in, countless hours of dogged, determined work behind the scenes, away from the limelight, that has gone in to get them to where they are. The very often quoted famous football coach Vince Lombardi, who's got many fine quotes, but one of his better known ones was, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. Just think that through. So the feelings that you get with putting in real, genuine effort are feelings that are worth having and that are good for you, and then indeed have a lasting effect on you. That satisfaction, that sense of accomplishment, that confidence, right? Because those are all things that we constantly want to work on. And tied in there is one of the most useful skills that you can develop as a person, which is persistence, the ability to persist and persevere without giving up. And I know you've heard this before, but you're just hearing it from a different voice, maybe in a slightly different way. Persistence is a tremendously useful skill, and it's at the heart of all great endeavors. And in fact, you know, we've seen lots of admirable persistence throughout this strange period that we've been living in. If you think of Bonnie Henry, for example, there's someone who has approached her task just so impressively, and it's admirable what she's done. She's maintained this incredible, consistent, persistent messaging and reassurance without being heavy-handed and without scaring us. I think, is there anybody who doesn't agree with me about Bonnie? If you're impressed by Bonnie Henry, would you put your hand up, please? Yeah? Okay, good. Thank you. I'm talking to the converted. But that's an example of what I'm talking about there. Of course, that skill of persistence is captured really well in a book by Angela Duckworth, which was on the bestsellers list for quite a few years, called Grit. And grit's another way of expressing that, right? And again, a quality that you want to develop, that you can transfer to so many aspects of your life. Don't confuse it with stubbornness, because stubbornness can have a negative impact, because then you rigidly stick to what you're doing without just because you want to, rather than keeping going to try and achieve a valid end. How many people know the trajectory of one of the most famous presidents of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln? Anybody know his trajectory in terms of his career? Yeah, a few people, right? So in a 22-year political career, he failed to get elected 7 times. 7 times to the Senate or the Congress, and a lot of people would have just given up at that point. In amongst that, he lost his mother. He actually lost his mother when he was 9 years old, but he also overcame other personal tragedies. He lost his fiancée in that period of time. So there's someone who is legendary nowadays and revered, but wouldn't have been if he had just given up. So, persevere, perseverance, persistence. Last week I mentioned the word courage to you, and it actually, I talked about how it takes courage to get up once you've been knocked out. And I repeat that because it's so important, and it's tied in with persistence, right? Because you're going to get some setbacks along the way, and you've got to power through them. There's a lovely little quote that I'm going to read you to finish by an author and an artist by the name of Marianne Radmacher. And she captures it, for me anyway, really well when she says, "Courage doesn't always roar, Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. What a lovely image that. The little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. So if you did win an award and you're going to be recognized, well done. Well done. If you didn't, summon up that little voice that says, I'll try again next week or tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson. So now we get to the awards and recognition, and there are so many fantastic, interesting rewards here as well, with a great variety. And I will try and provide a little bit of colour on some of those awards and what they're for. But due to the time constraints and some of the logistics of moving around the chapel, we're going to have people stand and receive applause from everyone after I've announced a sort of a bundle of awards, as it were. If you win an award or you gain some recognition for an achievement, if you could head and see Mrs. Jones, okay, after chapel and collect that, then she has them all there waiting. For the applause piece, I know it's tricky when you've got a number of awards given out and you're giving constant applause. For many people who are receiving awards today, this morning, is there only one. So if we could try and remember that and respect that and make sure that we give as much of an applause as we can on each and every award for those people, rather than potentially it petering out towards the end. So try and keep that going throughout as well, because that'd be hugely appreciated. Okay, so we're going to start with some Keeper Awards. There are 7 of these. Again, just to remind you, please hold your applause until they're all upstanding. So, the Discovery Trophy, awarded to a student in grade 8 and 12 for creative exploration and innovation in the visual arts. This award goes to Isaac Bird. Excellent. Isaac, just really enthusiastic to get behind you there. The second one, Excellence in Visual Arts, in Visual Arts Trophy, to a student in grade 11 and 12 for commitment to excellence in the visual arts. This goes to Lisa Zhang. Another Keeper Award, Drama Speaks of Life Trophy, grade 8 or 9 student who's contributed in a substantial way to the drama program, goes to Gracie Williams. The Cochrane Cup of Cooperation in Music, awarded to up to 4 students who've shown cooperation amongst themselves in either the choral, band, or general music programs. This goes to Sophia Kazakov. The Glide Trophy, awarded to a deserving rider at the discretion of the riding staff, Syrinx Chi. Chris Williams Spurs Trophy, awarded to an outstanding equestrian citizen, Songhee Park. And the Overseas Old Margaretian Association Trophy, awarded to a student who's helpful to the coaches and staff of the Equestrian Centre, successful in equestrian competition, and an honour roll student, goes to Cynthia Sun. Congratulations to all those students. Six more Keeper Awards here. We have the Social Sciences Award, awarded to the best student in grade 12, Social Justice, or History, and Geography or Environmental Science. This goes to Katia Bannister for Environmental Science and Cecilia Jarre for Social Justice. The Beverly Harrison Cup for Senior Scholarship, awarded to the grade 11 student this year with the highest academic average. This goes to Catherine Fain with an average of 93.3. Another Keeper Award for a Courtesy Cup, awarded to those students who show courtesy towards their classmates and the staff at Queen Margaret School, Anna Liu. Graduating class of 1986, Helping Hand Award, awarded to the students who, in the opinion of the current grade 12 class, have been especially helpful towards other students at any level of the school. This is awarded to Noah Bird. The QMS Estrick Award for Initiative, awarded to the student who displays initiative and passion in the areas of social issues, green initiatives, and service initiatives, awarded to Katia Bannister. Congratulations. There are 10 students in the next bundle. There are keeper awards, a tie, and some pins. The Residence Award was initiated by the boarding students from the graduating class of 1999. It's awarded to a boarder who demonstrates an ability to cross the cultural boundaries and interact with all boarding students. The recipient also contributes in a positive way to residential life and participates in many of the residence activities. At all times, the recipient demonstrates warmth, patience, and compassion to fellow boarders. This is awarded to Max Jung. The Phillips Cup for Progress in Music for improvement over the school year, Penny Pan. The athletic tie. Student must have shown skill in several sport disciplines, committed to the athletic program, and displays a sports person attitude, Sydney Ball. House pins. Students who've shown school spirit, enthusiasm, and dedication to their houses. For Gabe's, Taylor McKee, and for Mike's, Alexandra Berry Dillon. The Murdoch Service Award, given to someone who's committed to service throughout the year, Katia Bannister. And 4 service pins for the highest number of service hours. These are really impressive. Yo-Yo Liu, 83 hours. Olivia Guo, 81 hours. Claire Noley, 120 hours. And Mei Ling Paracharlton, 85 hours. Congratulations to all these people. Math competitions, certainly not a category I would have featured in. But certificates and medals. There's a Fermat Award for Yo-Yo Liu and Cecilia Zhao. There's a Kaylee Award for Max Jung. And there's a Pascal Award for Rebecca Bao. Congratulations. There are 15 pins for Merit Awards, so these are for those students who have a good or excellent as a final work habit in all subjects. Grade 10, Rebecca Bao, Margaret Chen, Jessie Eakins, Alana Escamilla Faulkner, Savannah Hurd, Jack Lee, Sandy Lee, Alexander Monroe, Jackson Smith, Coco Tian, Denzel Van Oyen, Gracie Williams, Anne Xu, Cloris Shang, and William Zhao. Congratulations. There are 11 pins at grade 11 level. Aria Chiang, Joshua Davidson, Emily Deng, Yuki Jing, David Kim, Abby Liu, Brooke McKee, Charlie Roberts, Kenya Storfy, Kieran Sunar, and Wendy Wen. Congratulations. I feel I might be butchering the occasional name, so apologies if I have, and don't feel embarrassed to come and correct me on it. The first name on this list I was going to make out to sound like she was probably working on the women's tennis circuit with Yelena Chulich was how I was going to pronounce it, but I've since heard a correction to that, so I'm going to go with something different. 6 pins at grade 12 level. Jelena Sulik, Jennifer Green, Sophia Kazakov, Wendy Liu, Taylor McKee, and Una Yu. Academic pins. In English, 3 academic pins, Davina Burton, Chelsea Yee, and Maria Mutu. I think I'll go through the next 4 courses as well and to the end, and then we'll applaud at the end. Social Studies, Noah Burden, Tegan Kropp. In Language, Claire Noley. Math, Rebecca Bao, Max Jung, and Catherine Feng. Science, Song-hee Park, and Catherine Yuan. Honor roll. For those students who maintain an 86% average or higher in the academic subjects and a work habit of G or E. There are 5 pins at grade 10, 6 at grade 11, and 12 at grade 12. I think I'll try and do these all as one bundle. So in grade 10, Cayman Atkins, Noah Bird, Myling Parachalton, Meeling, I think it might be Parachalton. Mailing. Parachalton, Song-hee Park, the Jenna Stanker, at grade 11 level, Isaac Bird, Yichen Gao, Olivia Guo, Anna Liu, Cynthia Sun, Emily Yin, and in grade 12s, Amanda Alves, Sydney Ball, Carrie Hu, Alice Zhang, Zita Ji, Miyu Kikuchi, Fiona Ma, Maria Mutu, Syrinx Shi, Lisa Zhang, Yushu Zhang, and Michelle Zhu. Congratulations. Thank you. Nearly there. Thank you. I think the applause has been outstanding, really good, consistent level, so well done, everyone. Let's keep it going to the end. We just have one more bundle left. And now for honours with distinction. 92% average in the academic subjects and a work habit of G or E. There are 2 pins at grade 10 level, 3 at grade 11, and 9 at grade 12. Grade 10, Davina Burton and Claire Noli. Grade 11, Kitty G, Max Zhong, Chelsea Yim. And at grade 12, Katia Bannister, Catherine Feng, Tegan Kropp, Yo-Yo Liu, Carmen Mo, Penny Pan, Cecilia Jia, Landa Yang, and Catherine Yuan. Congratulations. Thank you very much, everyone. That concludes the awards and recognition. So well done to all those recipients. Thanks again for Mr. Robertson for just outlining that need and that requirement to try and develop the sort of the trait of persistence in things, in our work habits and behaviours. I'm going to hand over to a couple of students who are going to speak about service, and I'd like to welcome Catherine up and Yo-Yo.
So, hi everyone. I think you guys probably know what's happening when 2 service captains standing in front of chapel and making a speech. So, it means service is important. Before you talk about what's happening on service, I would like to share a little bit about my volunteering experiences. I came to Canada when I was in grade 10. And I would never forget that afternoon because I was listening to sad music and trying to be poetic and sentimental. And some kids were playing capture the flag outside. And I was like, I'm too old for that. And you guys know how mature I am, right? So why not service? It's a school requirement anyways. I have to admit that the starting point for me to do service is to simply finish 20 service hours. So I took my first service job and started working with seniors every Sunday. You know, my English sucked at first, and I was all overwhelmed and scared about the communication. And what if I couldn't understand them? But turned out no one can really understand them. It's unfortunate to see most of them have already lost the abilities to think, to move, or even to speak. But once I really got involved to the community, everything's so different. There was a lady. She's 104 years old, by the way. That's pretty amazing. So fun fact, she will sing to you if she liked to. Same song, same lyrics. Yep. So after spending time with her, I knew quite a bit about her. She's been to World War II and she used to be a plane manufacturer. She had Alzheimer's, so she would never remember my name correctly. And one day, her family came by to visit, and no response, no reactions. People got so upset because she's already forgot her families. And all of a sudden, she started singing to me. Anyways, service is an action. It's much more than just 20 service hours, but I don't think Mrs. Craig's going to be happy if you guys don't complete them. So I'll let Yo-Yo to talk about what's happening with the school.
So as you all heard from the announcement, tomorrow will be our first service day for this year, and everyone will be staying on campus and doing some projects. And you can just come in with your PE uniform. But if you're doing the photo retakes, please do wear your Centennials in and then get changed after your lunch. And you will need a jacket, a bottle of water, some work glove, I believe, and then do please wear on some sunscreens. And then also for our annual food drive is going to happen this month. Please bring in some non-perishable foods to school, and the boxes will be placed in your FAs. And all those donated foods will go to the College and Basket Society in next month. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine, and Yo-Yo, that's great. Thank you. And maybe just a final little round of applause for the valiant efforts, pronunciation efforts of, shall I call him Mr. Monroe or Mr. Morneau? Okay, well done. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.